Hey guys, all the way from Australia. Will replacing the top strut mounts at the front with your 034 Motorsport ones be a rougher ride or make any noise? Highlighted. I have a Mark 7 GTI and replacing the shocks with a Bilstein coilover setup. I'm not sure. We offer several versions, but
I think he's talking about the just tactical series.
yeah, neither of them will should or will make uh, noise, increased sounds or noise. Uh, so they're both rubber insulated from the chassis, and there is no slop play in those mounts. Our track density mounts are basically like OEM but stiffer, and the center metal sleeve is vulcanized to the mount, unlike the factory, which can slide and squeak. So ours is actually much quieter than the factory. Honestly, I've never noticed additional NVH with those. Sometimes customers say they have a little bit.
Yeah.
But those, there's not a lot of NVH generated by the strut mount. Even if you have put solid ones in there, it's pretty.
And it's going to be a little tricky in your case too, where you're going to a whole different spring and strut package. Springs can actually make quite a lot of noise, depending on how they're set up and what the stack looks like. Generally, I'm guessing the H&Rs usually have a helper set. Those can make noise if you go over big undulations, they unload and then recollapse time to time. So, the strut mounts themselves, like I said, they're fully isolated. They're basically the same design principles as the OEM, just with our own spec of materials.
And then our Dynamic Plus camber mounts, fixed camber mounts, also have a density rubber bushing, which isolates. Those have, I would say, NVH that can be noticeable.
Yeah, your spring is certainly more, in contact or in tune with the body, because your spring itself has a much harder bearing on it, but the strut is still very dampened.
And Nate's right. By far, in this scenario, your change of suspension is going to dramatically change your ride stiffness and
NVH.
How you feel the road and things like that. So compared to the stiffer suspension you're putting on, neither of these I don't think will compare.
Yeah.
So I would wholeheartedly, enthusiastically recommend either. But if you really want to improve the car's handling, our fixed camber mounts are the way to go. That additional camber really transforms the way the car drives and gives you substantially more grip in the corners.